Welcome, everybody. It's the Layer5 community meeting. It's Friday the 16th, July 16th. Oh, it's nice to see you all. I don't know if attendance is up or down, but we've been having great attendance to a lot of our calls. So if this is your first time on this call, this is the community meeting that we have once a week. There's the topics on this call range quite broadly. And if you're on the call, just a quick reminder, be sure to drop your name into the meeting minutes. So everybody here should have right access to the minutes. If you don't, say so, and we'll get you that. But this is the meeting that we have once a week. We talk about things within the cloud native ecosystem. We oftentimes talk about things that are relevant to service mesh technology. There's a lot of tech that's relevant to service mesh. So Kubernetes and really like almost all of the CNCF projects, they have a lot of focus for us. And so this community has recently produced 2 CNCF projects yourselves. Like, so Service Mesh Performance and Meshery, those 2 projects just went into the CNCF just a couple of weeks ago. And so they are both finalizing a couple of tasks to finish that transition. And I think they're both on the very end of that transition. So if you go fill in if you ever go submit a talk to KubeCon now, you'll see Service Mesh Performance and Meshery. You'll see this community's 2 projects listed. You'll also see these 2 projects probably being shared and talked about quite a bit more. They're going to, there's more and more people coming and being interested in them. And so that's good. So it's really good for those that have been here for a long time. It's also good for those who are coming fresh. The project, Meshery specifically, it's not in its infancy for sure. For sure, there's any number of capabilities that it currently has that adopters, users use. There are almost twice as many capabilities that are left to build. So there's a large roadmap ahead of that project in general. So yeah, a good time to be a user, a good time to be a contributor. Last week, was it last week? Oh boy, we've got some contributors that have been in the community long enough that they are being nominated for maintainership to become maintainers. So one of those has been Aditya Krishna. He's been nominated as a maintainer of Meshery's docs. And Dhruv Patel been nominated. Currently, his candidacy, his nomination is just sent out earlier today, and being nominated for being a maintainer on Meshery. And so really cool for those 2 individuals, I consider, but also just something of a recognition of the work that they've already been doing on the project, just an acknowledgement of the fact that they're already a maintainer, whether they just didn't carry the title yet. And so kudos to them for their work being recognized. I mean, Dhruv has been here. Dhruv, has it been a year and something? You've been around the project quite a bit. And Dhruv, I think you've gone through a couple of different internship programs in the community. Oh, you know what? Dhruv isn't on, so I'm talking about him while he's not here. So Dhruv actually he's tired. The guy's been working hard. But yeah, so he's been here a year, so good. Well, so back to our regularly scheduled agenda. Who's new on the call and hasn't said hi before?
Sorry, sir, for being late, but I joined yesterday's meeting and introduced myself.
Nice. Oh, very good. Yeah, please say hi, or please say a few words if you would.
Hello, everyone. I am Nitin Goratkar. I am a from VNIT Nagpur, completing my computer science as a final year student. And in my free time, I contribute to GNOME Foundation. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Your engagement within the GNOME Foundation, is it has it been with a particular programming language?
Yes, I guess I work for glib, the core library of GNOME. So I mainly use C and C++.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, there's a project here that we've been waiting to get into with that has mostly to do with C++. And the project
Oh,
is,
that's nice.
yeah, no, well, it's nice that you're here. The project, I'll put a link to it down below because it's early. The project itself resides really within Service Mesh Performance Project.
Okay.
There's well, I just lost there's a smaller initiative, Service Mesh Performance, called Get Nighthawk. And actually, you can go look at it. There's the contributors here have created a website for it. It's getnighthawk.dev. Very briefly, I'll say that there's some really interesting things for us to do by creating C++ adaptive load controllers in Nighthawk. So I know none of that makes sense to you at the moment, but Nitin, if you're going to hang out in the community, we should talk about that more and explore getting that project really started. It's kind of been waiting for a few people to collect and to get going. So
Yeah, I'll try that.
nice. Okay, nice to meet you. Good. Yeah.
Nice.
Who else hasn't gotten to say hi? Pawan, have you gotten to say hi before? Oh, okay. Oh, yep. Leonard hasn't. Yeah, Leonard. I don't. If Leonard, if you have use of your audio, please feel free. Pawan Upade, if you haven't.
Hi guys, good day.
Ooh. We can hear you.
Oh, so I'm sorry to be joining late though. My name is Leonard. I'm a student from Nigeria studying mechanical engineering. I'm happy to be here and I look forward to collaborating in the projects. I'm a bit of a beginner, but yes, I want to get my hand dirty and see how far I will go in this and meet everyone. So I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to the experience.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to see how far you can go as well. Yeah, there's a ton of things to do. Actually, we're going to talk about one of those things, Leonard, that like just having chatted with you a little bit before, one of these items is sort of might be right inside your wheelhouse, whereas I know for one of these gentlemen, it's actually quite hard because it's not his area of focus. And but remind me, we'll talk about this when we get there. So. Nice. All right. Who else? Anybody else? I'm going to say Pawan again, just in case. Oh. Mritune. Mritunjay. Have you said hi before?
Yeah, it's my second meeting, so I've actually said hi once before, and I've been contributing for like a week now, and I've done some docs and front end work, but I really wanted to do some back end part, and especially in Nighthawk, I was looking into it. So yeah, I would like to contribute myself in C++ also. Yeah, that's it.
That's fortuitous. Okay, well, we're definitely talking about Nighthawk then. Okay, very good. Mrityunjay, what's your GitHub username? Maybe that would ring a bell.
Taluni coder. Right now I'm working with like the docs and facts part of Meshri CTL.
Got it. Yeah, totally. I remember. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't have a GitHub username like that and not be remembered. So yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Hopefully we didn't miss anybody. If we did, please interrupt. Otherwise, it's time for me to shut my yapper. We've had a number of people come in as newcomers this last week. Some of you have said that you just joined the newcomers call yesterday. That happens on Thursdays. That's great. Something else that's relatively new. We've talked about it some in the past, but it's still fairly fresh. And I'm duty bound to call it out. And that is there's a new forum that's been created by the community. The forum talks about, or it has categories for, what is that? Is everyone else seeing this blue on the, is anyone seeing a blue artifact on the screen, or is that just me right here?
I see it.
Okay. Oh no, my computer's breaking on me. Okay, if you all see it, then it's a software thing, and that'll probably, we can squash those bugs. Okay, good. Oh, by the way, boy, I can't. I have to digress for a second. I'm going to take a picture. You know what? Let me take a picture. Hold on. I don't know if anyone can see this. So there's literally. Hold on. Oh, it's going to be.
Are you sure it's not an annotation though?
No. So. Oh. Yeah.
Because
No.
yeah.
There's this other thing. There is literally a bug in my screen. Literally a physical bug. There's this super tiny mosquito-like thing, flew into my 5K monitor, which just makes me want to cry. And anyway, I just took a snapshot. I'll send it. You all can weep and mourn and cry for me as well. Anyway, okay, the blue line has got me concerned. First, it's a literal bug, and then it's a, okay. Anyway, we've got a discussion forum. Please go out. If you don't have an account, go out, grab one. Ask your questions there if you would. It's nice to get activity going on. It's also nice to, for a lot of the folks that have been in the community for a while, they've answered the same questions, they've answered the same questions as many times as the Slack memory forgets, the history goes away. And so, please spare their fingers and start to ask those questions here. It'll be a great reference. We will begin to have some leaderboards as well for those who are being most active here, either asking or answering questions and that kind of a thing. So we'll elevate the activity that people have. So that was one call out. I want to call out one other random thing really quick, and this just happened just before the meeting started. One of the community members, actually one today, one yesterday, one the day before, had said, hey, hey, Lee, I just wanted to let you know, I've got this thing coming up. I need to shift my focus for a week. Sometimes it's exams, sometimes it's travel or something. And that's really kind of them, of anyone who's just signaling real quick, like, hey, I was working on this thing, I'm gonna be out. I just want to let you know, like, that's totally natural that stuff comes up in everyone's lives, and great. It's really helpful when people signal their availability. And so there's this events calendar that we've really yet to talk about publicly, and it's nothing super special. It's just there's this there's the community calendar that most of you probably have now, and if you don't, you're most welcome to subscribe to the community calendar. You just go to meet.layer5.io, and you can. Some of this might be a repeat from the newcomers call. I hope not, or actually I hope it is, because I think Anita's probably telling people this, that you can go subscribe to the community calendar, these meetings here. And it's good to do it through a subscription, because these occasionally shift around and new ones come on. The thing is that there's another one where we track people's availability, those that have things going on. So Pranav has got exams, Utkarsh, a lot of exams. We also track So Tanuj is a mesh mate, but he's currently doing a Microsoft internship, so his availability is reduced. And anyway, we track those things as well. And so if you want an invite to this or you want to be able to add your availability, just signal. We'll put a link to it in the meeting minutes, and we'll try to explain that calendar more some other time. Just kind of a random thing to call out. So with that, let me be quiet and hand it over to our first topic, which is Anita.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to today's meeting. Okay, so we have been trying to accumulate some topics from the community members to create video content and tutorials to help you get started in the community, and also help you with setting up and understanding our projects better. So we put together a questionnaire which we sent out, and I'm sure some persons must have filled it, but if you haven't, you can still go through the link there and quickly fill it in. So we sent out the questionnaires and we're able to gather the response, and we're working towards creating video content. So you should stay tuned. It's going to come in subsequently, but you're definitely going to see new content from the community. Yes, so you can see the link. I just dropped the link down here. That's where we're going to be like assessing the videos that will be processed. So it's arranged in order of importance and order of demand rather. So the ones that come first are the ones that are most needed right now. So if you also have new contents that you wish to see video content or written articles on, you can just write them down there. And also if you're good with creating, or if you're good with public, speaking to the public and creating video content, you can also volunteer to take on any of these topics, and we'll create out time and schedule a day for you to make your recordings and put it on our YouTube channel. Yes, so you can just go over the link I sent. And you can still make new suggestions for topics though. That is very much open at the moment. Yeah, so over to...
Sorry, Anita, I think I've been sharing the wrong page. Let me switch real quick to make sure that, okay. So good. So Anita, what you're referring to this spreadsheet?
Yes.
Okay. Let me.
So you can write your name on this spreadsheet, just so we know that you want to take up that particular video, and we'll schedule a time for you to do that. But if you still have a new video that you would want to suggest, you can still write it down there. You can just put the topic down there, and we'll work towards creating the content for you. So we still need more volunteers, as you can see, to take up these videos. We still need so many volunteers. So we need all hands on deck on this, because it's going to be useful now and in the nearest future. So need all hands on deck for this.
Oh, okay. I'm being opportunistic. So please, sorry please continue, Anita.
Okay, yeah. So that is about that is just about the video content concerning the questionnaire sent out. So this week we've been trying to accumulate the community performance report and analysis from the various social media platforms, GitHub accounts, and also the websites that are put out there. So we want to put out together everything and see how well we've done so far within the past month, and best ways that we should improve on our progress and our lapses from this month. So I am going to be sharing my screen right now, and I would so look through that. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me just get my system set up.
While Anita is setting up, I want to highlight, I want to recap one of the things that she just said that I confused myself on, so maybe others did. And that is that Anita was highlighting the fact that there's a long-standing questionnaire that, any number of people have filled in. I guess almost 100 people have filled in. This questionnaire is one that we've sent out a couple of times. People fill it in, and one of the questions is, hey, would you like to receive any one of these tutorials? Right here. And so she's gone through the results and then pulled those out into this spreadsheet and is saying, hey, these are the top voted, in rank order, these are the top voted, top requested tutorials. And so part of what we're in dire need of doing is, like, there's not a lot of video explainers on how Meshery works, or on like a dedicated recording of an introduction to Istio, on these topics. And so she was just saying, like, hey, so she's done the analysis. This is what people are asking to be done. She's looking for volunteers to come and make those recordings, to kind of coordinate with her on either scheduling a time that can be hosted and people can come and attend, or just a time that a private recording can be done, so we can put it up on the YouTube channel and share it with people. But if it happens, and I think she was also saying, if it happens to be the case that there's a topic that you consider as interesting and maybe you'd like to assist with, that you could list it here and then list down your name. So cool.
Okay.
Hello. So hey, my name is Abhishek, and I just want to suggest one topic. Like, I remember, I had spent like more than 5-10 years, sorry, not years, more than 5-10 days setting up the development server for the mesh itself. So it would be very good if you can make a tutorial video for someone like newcomer like me, to help them setting up all the development environment and everything that is important to run Meshi, and start contributing to it, especially in Ubuntu. Because yeah, I can help up with a video
Just
made specially for Ubuntu, and if there are any suggestions,
just a quick reply. I also want to work on that because I faced that problem too. But yeah, I can make a video, separate video, and you can also help me.
Nice.
no worries, no worries.
Yeah, and I wonder, for some of the others on the call, like, I wonder if that's something that can be done on a per component basis. Like, if there's like a 3-minute video that can be done on how to, the various make commands for Meshery UI, like what Meshery UI runs on, the ways that you build it, and then maybe a different one on Meshery server, the fact, how you build it, Meshery CTL. That might be really helpful, because what we could end up doing is we could make Nitin and Abhishek, give them the 15 minutes of internet fame, or maybe longer, by not only getting that video up, but then also my hope, or our hope, is that people are fairly frequently referencing these docs, like, okay, hey, I want to work on Meshery's UI. How do I contribute? Oh, you mean I have to read all this? Okay. Like, yeah, if there was a video right here, if you're lazy like me, you'll probably watch the video. So yeah, it could be really good for each of these, right? So for how do you build the adapters? How do you build the doc, like these docs here? What the heck is Jekyll, and how do you do that on Windows? Good luck. Okay, cool. So great suggestion, Abhishek. Thanks for Abhishek. Is this Abhi Kumar?
Yeah, it's Abhishek Kumar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
And this way I can show you like how badly I'm doing things.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Okay, it's sorry. So I've put together some analytic reports from the social media platforms, like I mentioned, and a few from our website, and how best ways we can improve on it. So the major problems that I observed going through most of this the analytic is that there's not much engagement from the community, and I would explain that in the sense that we have about 1,000 members in the community, over 1,000 members within the community, and in the Slack channel alone, and on GitHub as well, we have so many persons that come to our GitHub channels. But then when you look at the number of stars that are given to our project, cannot be compared to the number of persons that come to use our project. Or when you look at the YouTube channel, yes, we have so many contents there, although there needs to be improvements, but then there's not much engagement there because members of the community pay very little attention to this channel. So that is the main reason why we put together this particular performance report. Adam starts with the LinkedIn channel. Yes, so this is a report from the LinkedIn channel. And it's from the graph that you're seeing here. It shows that the followers actually went up by 43%, and which is good because we got new followers here. And the numbers grew by 167 in the last 37 days, which is actually very good. And yeah, because we've not been doing so much engagement on our YouTube channel, on our LinkedIn channel. If you observe that there's not been we've not even posted that Abhishek has become a meshmate yet. I just noticed that today, which is disturbing too. Yeah, so we actually need to work on that. This is good, considering that we've not been doing much engagement, but this is a fair one, 43%. And hold on. So the impressions are down by 23%, which is actually a very big drop. And the impressions within the last 30 days has just been 81 impressions so far. So there's been little sharing, little likes, little tags. So everything is of the minimum when it comes to the engagements that are going on our LinkedIn page. And even the followers from the community cannot be compared to the ones coming from strangers outside, because most of our community members are not even on our LinkedIn channel. So most of the impressions that have been received on the channel within the last 30 days were gotten from this particular tweet that has had 2.4K impressions. And that was when we posted that we had 3 new interns. And then the next one was the one on the service mesh performance that was posted a week ago. And that one had a total of 900 impressions, which is slightly okay. So the results so far, the result shows that there has been a decline in the number of engagements on the LinkedIn channel. Like I mentioned earlier, there's been very little engagements, likes, shares, tags, follows, and for a community as awesome as this, that is really disheartening. And then the followers have decreased in numbers drastically, because if you check our competitors, we're like on a very slim line from being outthrown by our competitors. So that is another issue that we had from this particular analysis. And the challenges is that there are very few likes, and this is as a result of the inconsistency in the posts that are going on the LinkedIn channel. So this has affected the persons coming to view and also connect with our LinkedIn channel. And also the engagement slowed down because of the inconsistency in the posts that we're making out there. So the possible solutions that can be done towards this is to increase the number of posts that go on either daily or weekly. We can up this by either making a post once a week or once every day at least. There's so many things happening in the community. I mean, recently we have so many persons assuming new positions, and this is awesome news. A lot of persons would like to hear this. We should put it out there. And also as a community, we should work towards supporting our LinkedIn page, because we're the ones that are going to sell ourselves out there to the public to see us. So if every single one of us try as much as possible to tag and also share our posts that are going on our LinkedIn page, it also increases the number of engagements that are going on there. And we should also create new hashtag sets, because that will also increase the number of tractions that are coming to our page. And I noticed that posts that come with pictures and images or videos tend to get a higher attraction and engagement. So we should try to upload more posts that have videos or images attached to them. And then I went on to the Slack analytics, and so far it's actually fair, because we get a lot of a good number of people coming in and out of Slack on a very single on a daily basis. So on a weekly activities and on the Slack channel, and within the last 30 days, we've had about 140. And on the daily activities on the Slack channel, we have about 80 activities on an average going on in this Slack. Then the messages that are going on both in the private and in the public channels. In the public channels, there's actually a very low increase in the messages. This is because not a lot of persons in the community want to come, and most persons are shy. We understand that most of us are shy, and we don't want to come and drop something that might jeopardize our thoughts or hurt someone else's feelings. So we just keep it to ourselves. But the essence of a community is to make everybody come together and interact and share their ideas, because you're actually welcome to not be an expert, you get. So always remember that the community is here for you. So do well to drop chats and messages in the public channel, not only the private channel, because that will make everybody come together and interact on your particular message that you've dropped. And yes, reaching out to the people privately has increased, because most persons would rather reach out to the meshmates or the maintainers privately and share their thoughts rather than share it in the public channel. But like I said, to create room for collaboration and other persons learning, we should try to make use of the public channels, the general channels and the newcomers channels, the mesh channels. We try to make use of these channels to express our thoughts and our opinions towards other ideas. And then the views going on in the public channels are actually up, which is good, because we have so many persons coming to see the chats, but you guys are not engaging. That is a problem. You should try to engage each other, share your thoughts, answer questions, drop your questions. So the result so far shows that there has been a steady flow of engagement within the last 30 days. And there's a total number of 1,690 members as of today in the Slack channel. And there's a steady flow, which means we can do with that, but then there's actually room for improvement. And the possible solutions I put out as a community, we should work towards building a more collaborative mindset amongst ourselves and as an organization. And also we should build good communication amongst ourselves. So you should feel free to come to the community and air your opinions and give your thoughts towards questions that are asked, because this is a community. No one is going to judge you for what you said, so long as you stick to the code of conduct of this particular community. Yes, so that is about the Slack channel. So moving on to the Twitter analytics, I got this ones from the Orbit channel, and so Orbit is an analytic tool for community management and stuff. So yeah, I got this particular one from the Orbit, and it shows that our Slack channel has grown by 7% in the last 30 days, and our Twitter channel has grown by 7% in the last 30 days with only 95 new engagements. And if you look at the number, 7% is quite small for a whole 30 days, because you can imagine how much could have been done within 30 days on Twitter. Every single one of us has a Twitter account. So 7% is really poor for a community like ours. And so far, we had members, 64 members engaged towards the Layer5 tweets, and also 14 members only engaging on the mesh3.io tweet. And we gained a total number of 63 new members since 30 days, and our followers, we got 71 new followers. And the mentions, we got 8 new mentions in the last 30 days. And this is the point I'm trying to draw out. There has been quite some tweets going out there on Twitter, but very little engagement towards it from the members of the community, not alone the public. And members of the community are the ones to sell this community to the public. So the results I got from this was that the report shows that there has been a slight increase in the number of activities, a slight increase, like it's almost not significant, like just 7%. But it's something, it counts, because at least we had something for the month. So there's been a slight increase, which is a fair one, but there's also room for improvement. And the followers have increased by a few numbers, which is also good. But okay. Yeah, so the challenge is, so there are fewer likes and shares associating, and this is associated with the inconsistency in the posts as well. If there's a consistency in the amounts of tweets that are going out, telling the public about the awesome things that are going on in this community, that would be a very good place to start. And the followers are dormant as a result of little engagement. So if there's more engagement coming out from the community members, then there'll be definitely room for more followers to join, because they'll see that there's so much happening in this community. That's why people are like spreading the word about it. And the possible solutions, we should improve on this by increasing the number of posts made on a daily or weekly basis. And also, as a community, we should put together the page, we can come together to support this page and drive more engagement by sharing these contents that are posted by the Layer5 Twitter handles, and also tagging Layer5 in tweets that regard the community or anything that pertains to the community. And also we should create new hashtags to also drive more reach on our Twitter channel, and uploading posts that have images and videos also attracts more attention to a particular tweet. So this is also a good place to start fixing our issues. And so moving on to the GitHub analysis, you can see that there's so much happening here, but it's not so complex. The mesh3 repository has had 38 activities since the last 14 days. The Layer5 repository has had 21. And the Get Nighthawk project has had 7 engagements on it since then. And the mesh3.io project has had 3 engagements since the last 14 days. And the mesh3 linked has had 2, and the same with the Savage Mesh Performance and Slack. So the rest just have one engagement. And well, that's not so impressive, because considering we have like 4 mighty projects right now ongoing, and there's actually room for improvements concerning this also. And activities on our GitHub repositories have decreased by minus 32% within the last 14 days. So the new activities in total since the last 14 days sums up to 230, with issue comments numbering 125, merged pull requests since the last 14 days and counting to 35. The GitHub stars on our projects summing up to 34. The open pull requests since last 14 days have summed up to 31, and then the open issues are on 5. So the results so far shows that there has been a good number of activities on the repositories, but although these activities are not distributed across the different repositories, this is because there's everything is centered towards Layer5 and the Mesh3 projects, whereas there are other projects that are out there that need also a good number of attention on there, like the Get Nighthawk project and the Get Nighthawk project, the Mesh3.io project, the SMP projects, and other projects that are ongoing now need so much attention, but there is so much, there's more attention on the Mesh3 and the Layer5 project. And yeah, the Mesh3 and Layer5 project seem to be leading the chain. And the challenges is there are very few issues open across the repositories. So most times newcomers must have come across these repositories and this project, but because there are no issues that are actually available there, they don't see ways to contribute. So the best possible solution as that I've drafted out is, and we can work to improve this by creating new issues in all the repositories, not just the Mesh3 and the Layer5 repositories, but there's so many things pending in every of the projects that are listed out there that can be created, the issues can be created on and worked on by members of the community. And also we should publicize other repositories as well as urge contributors to start our project. So as a contributor, you might not be aware, but starting a project is also a great way to contribute to open source project. That's something most persons don't know. So you can just start, you can spend an entire day starting 100 projects, and you see that your activities on GitHub are actually coming up, and you would wonder how that's happening. But that's also a way to contribute to open source projects. And that's a great way to actually empower an open source project too. So you shouldn't just be here contributing to our project. You should also help us by starting our project and sharing it to people, spreading the word about our project and how much work is being done in the community here. And moving on to the Discourse Analytic Report, the Discourse is actually a very new platform. So, but it's been over a month since we started using the Discourse channel, and there's very little engagement going on there. The activities have decreased since the last 14 days by 17%, and the community channel had more activities since the last 14 days. The Mesh3 channel had one. The Savage Mesh patterns had just one one comment created, and the WebAssembly filters had just one comment created under it. And this is the reports since last 30 days. And if you look at the topics that are ranking the highest, the GitHub issues that was created by Samuel. Yes, and that got about 20 engagements. And then a call to submit an agenda. This particular one got about 14 engagements. And the sample configuration file topic that was created got about 5 engagements so far. And the activities overall in the last 30 days shows that there has been a decrease by 23% in page views, and the visitors coming to our page has increased by 42%, which is good. And the total number of likes in the last 30 days still remains 105. So the result of this report shows that we have gained a number of visitors to the Discourse forum within the last 40 days. And although the activities have decreased by 28%, so there is not enough traction going on the Discourse channel. So, and the absence of new topics seems to be affecting the engagement. So the possible solution, the reason why we created the Discourse forum in the first place was because Slack's memory keeps slacking. So we had to work to the best ways we can get our discussions stored for us, so we can always refer back to them if the reasons arise. Yes, so if you have a topic that you know that a lot of persons are going to learn from, if you ask a particular question on that particular topic, or you have a discussion that you want to gain more comment on from the community, the best place to actually drop those topics will be the Discuss channel, because if you leave it on the Slack channel, we might not see it in the next 1 week. And I definitely want to refer back to that particular topic and see the answers that were written under that particular comment. And the best way is I can fix that problem for myself. So the knowledge that was shared under that topic would be all lost thanks to Slack. But if you can drop those comments on Discourse, it will save us a lot of troubles, and we would just have to refer to them whenever we need them. And also that we should direct new topics regarding community projects to Discourse. We should try to engage with our Discourse channel more. We have very few persons that have signed up to our Discourse channel. I mean, on our Slack, we have about 1,600 to approximately 1,900 followers. So we need all of that engagement. Focus on Discourse as well, because that is more sufficient compared to the Slack right now. And then we should post more opportunities that come up within the community on Discourse. This will help to drive more attention to the Discourse channel as well. And then moving on to the YouTube channel, I bet some persons don't even know we have a YouTube channel, which is disturbing because there's so many content on there. And there's a total number of just 261 subscribers all time. Like, we've been using this channel since 2019. Yeah. So the subscribers have grown since the last 28 days by 11%. We have 21 new subscribers. So hooray, that's good news. And the impressions have grown by 9% since the last 28 days. That's 7.1K overall impressions, which is awesome because so many persons don't even know that our YouTube channel is actually active and functioning perfectly. And the impression click-through rate has risen to 2.7, and the views on the YouTube channel since the last 28 days is about 186 in total. So the report shows that we have received a total of 180 views since the last 28 days, and we have an average of 12 views per week since the last 28 days. So about 12 persons within a week watch our videos, but there's a bot there. We have 12 persons, quite all right, but there's a bot there. So not a lot of persons actually spend time watching those videos. Some persons just glance through it and see like 5 seconds into the video and they're off. Some persons just check and, okay, yeah, they have a YouTube channel. That's good. And they don't actually watch this content. And some persons just, flash through the channel. And yes, so that's just about the 12 views I've gotten so far. So the newcomers meeting recordings have gained more traffic since the last 28 days. And the challenges with the YouTube channel right now is that there's not enough traffic going on the YouTube channel, and there's no diversity in the content that is being posted on there. And reasons being that most of the videos that are on our YouTube channel right now are just focused on our meetings and our recordings and the conferences that we've put out there. But there are so many topics that could actually be there to help people that are coming into the community get started, which we're working towards, which is a great thing. So as a community, we're all advised to follow our YouTube channel, to share our content across other media platforms and our friends, and then spread the word about our YouTube channel. And also we should create more content that viewers could learn from, and we're working towards that, which is awesome. And there's more attention should be put towards publicizing our YouTube channel as a community and as an organization all together. So the total views from these impressions, we had about 192 the last 92 views on the YouTube channel since the last 28 days, and the watch time impression was 6.9 minutes. Like I said, most persons just glance through it and play the videos 5 minutes in and they're off. So that doesn't really help. And the traffic sources. So far, the newcomers call has a traffic of 63%. The Metro Development Meeting has a traffic of 10%. The uploads from Layer5, so those uploads are based on the conferences, the videos that have been recorded, the tutorials that have been put on there. So that's got the traffic of 10.5%. Then the Layer5 community meeting, the general meeting itself had just 5.3, and then the Layer5 website meeting had 5.3%, which is there's room for improvement in all of this. So the overall orbit report shows that from our GitHub, our Twitter, and our Discord channel, there has been a decline in activities by 72% since the last 14 days. And the active members on our Discord, our GitHub, and our Twitter handles overall has declined by 42%. So we've had just 158 active members so far. And the new members coming in from GitHub, Twitter, and Discord has declined by 51%.
And
Yes,
sorry, Anita, if we could. So this is fantastic. This is good. We only have 3 minutes left, and I figured we
Okay, I'll just wrap up now. All right, so the Google analytic report for the Layer5 website itself, it shows that there has been a decrease of 6.7% from the users, and also an increase in engagement to about 8% so far since the last 28 days. And then the engagement for the Metric.io Google analytics shows that the users have gone up by 144, and the new users up to 140 so far. So there are actually new visitors that are coming into the Metric.io website compared to the Layer5 website. And if you move on to the SMP website, you'll see that we have 15% turn up for the users, and also people spend about the sessions that they spend on our website has gone up by 4%. And yes, so far that is the report for the community engagement and performance so far. We're already running against time, so I think I'll stop here. But we've all seen the reports for the last 28 to 30 days from the community. We're doing a great job. We're doing a fantastic job. Everyone is trying their best to make this work, but there's also room for improvement, and we're urging everybody in the community to put their hands on deck to make sure we get a better report by this time next month, because there's also room for improvement. So if you've not liked or followed our channel, social media channels, this is the perfect time to actually do that. So just go on there, like it, follow, and share our content. If you've not followed our YouTube channel, please do that. Yes, so thank you. That is all from me.
Oof, I'm still digesting. Thank you, Anita. There are some of the statistics might have been impacted by the notion that we moved a lot of our repos from one org to the next. Oh, and actually it makes a lot of sense now in Orbit. And so by the way, if people aren't familiar with Orbit, it's just a relatively new community management tool. And so we just signed up a little while ago, and we're just kind of testing it out, and it's to help do what Anita was just showing, which is like making sure that we're engaging each community member and understanding who they are and what they're interested in, and how to help elevate them as well. I think like, so in orbit of the stats that we were showing, I don't think it's connected to the new Meshery org or the new service mesh patterns org. Like, so some of the reason for the drop in activity is probably because we just took like 40 something repos and moved them around. And so, but I'm going to be going back through all the stats that you shared, Anita. That's awesome. I think the takeaway for most of the rest of you is what Anita is saying is like, there's a number of ways that you all can get involved and help really like doing self-promotion. If you stop and think about it for a moment, it's like, here's an example. So, and I'm not saying Pranav is self-promoting himself. Rather, I'm just using this as an example of, I actually asked Pranav to create this post, and that is, he just made a quick topic that says, hey, there's a new WebAssembly filter that he had worked on and recently merged into this repo. And so, good, it had been merged like a week ago, and I don't know if the world knows that. Like, and so he went over and is doing exactly what Anita is suggesting, which is, well, hey, the sharing or promoting of the project is like becomes one and the same of elevating your work. Like elevating your works elevates the community, the others in the community, and you specifically. Like for many of you that are here, a lot of you are learning, a lot of you are building resumes, you're building profiles, you're gaining experiences, you're sharing experiences, you're challenging others, you're being challenged, like you're doing all kinds of things. And yeah, Layer5 is a platform for shared success. So like, go take advantage of it. Go interact with the Twitter handle, go tweet at it. Maybe it'll tweet back. I don't know. We'll see if Bami wants to tweet back at you. Go be social on LinkedIn. Maybe it will like what you've done. There are 2,000 followers of that LinkedIn right now, which by the way, of our, like this community and the tools that we make, there is direct competition for that. The two companies that are competitive in this regard are, well, I will say real briefly, they are, one of them is this, a company that I had considered founding, but didn't. They are, like Anita was saying, is trailing us, like we're neck and neck. And so they have some projects that are similar to ours, except they're in like it with no judgment, like they don't do community. Like, hey, Layer5 is very much so about community. It's very like, there's a reason why I remember Leonard's name, and Anita engages with people and she hosts the newcomers call every week, and is because it's really important. Like these are openly governed projects. If you have ideas about how to improve them, that's what Anita is saying, is like, bring those ideas. Like Gaurav and I, Gaurav has got his video on, which is fucking awesome. He was just suggesting how he could enhance part of the visual topology, part of Meshery's UI. It's like, yes, please, like go do that. and then go tweet about it if you want to. You don't have to. I know we talked a lot about marketing today, is another way of describing what we were saying. Really what Anita was presenting was just like community and project health. She was saying like, hey, you know, if you're spending your time here, your time is, the older that you get conceptually, hopefully the more valuable your time becomes, at least monetarily. So if you're spending time here, like it's worth something, make use of it. Go tell other people about it. Go do yourself a favor, go write a blog post, talk about what you've done. Blog posts stand for as long as that blog, that site, the domain is there. They're a great reference. Write shit down. It's one of the like best pieces of advice I could give any of you here, is like writing skills in general will serve anyone it doesn't matter if you're only ever writing code or not. Like it's so critical to be able to communicate in written form and communicate asynchronously in the world that we live in. And the nice thing is, once you've written it down, it stays there forever. So go practice your writing, because you need to get better at it. All of us do. and it's a record of your efforts. And that's one of the great things about open source is like, will your commits or will your tweets or will your posts, will the things that you do in and around the community ever disintegrate? No, not unless the triple replicated S3 objects in Amazon get, all those drives go down all at once. Like, no, this stuff's gonna stay. And it's a record of the things you've done. So and this community, like none other that I know of, is like actively trying to encourage you to build yourself. So if you're not doing that, shame on you. Go build yourself, go get busy. Go talk to the maintainers about what they're doing, what's going on, get some suggestions going. I'll say this, there are very few maintainers here compared to the number of contributors. So be kind, do your homework. Don't make them, they will teach you things and you will teach them things. I learned something new earlier today. But but recognize their time is short. So do your homework first and if you're going to sign up for an issue, it's okay to learn something on the issue, but don't start with, okay, well now what do I do? It's like, look, okay, then don't take the issue if you don't have any clue as to where to start. Like, that's not fair. It's not nice. It's not good. You're being, if you're going to take from the community, then give as well. Part of the oath, so to speak, of the mantra that the community is about is that you should be able to take as much or more, hopefully, than you're giving. But you need to do both, else you're being a leech. So, so really that I was just trying to give an uplifting message, like, hey, go learn some stuff, go share. And by doing that and just being active and being social naturally as a human being, the statistics that Anita is highlighting, they just naturally increase. So good. We really do try to elevate people and the things that they're doing here. So a tweet just went out about Anita's presentation, actually. What do you know? All right. Well, wow, we're 7 minutes over. Sorry, I didn't realize that we would, we had as much to talk about the health of the projects, but we did. And so we've got a lot of topics that we will not get to today. A lot of these are, we might want to address asynchronously between now and next time we meet, or I encourage each of you to take these topics and put them into any one of the other meetings that we're going to have. So we've got 2 meetings on Monday, one all about front end, design, the websites, Mesher UI. That's on Monday. On Monday, we also have WebAssembly with filters. So we talk about Rust, we talk about C++, we talk about Envoy as a service mesh proxy, and the fact that you can write filters. So kind of like this one. On Tuesday, we have a mesh map call. So we talk about the visual topology. Wednesday, we have the mesh redevelopment meeting. Thursday, we might have 3 meetings potentially. We have every other Thursday, we have the Meshry continuous integration. So if you're into GitHub Actions or workflows or scripts or DevOps, that's a great meeting to go to. We're doing a lot inside of GitHub Actions. Just on this repo alone, if we go look at, oh my gosh, some of these I don't even know that I'm familiar with. Oh, cool, GraphQL API doc. We're auto documenting the GraphQL API. Oh, okay. There's a lot of things, and like, you know what? I would say this needs to be about twice as long. Like, there's a lot to be automated and done. As a matter of fact, there's any number of outstanding requests with respect to CI. Go to that meeting. Anyway, we also have the newcomers meeting on Thursdays. We have the community meeting on Fridays. It looks like we will either have a few leftovers from today to go into next week's call, or like I said, please go drop these into any of those other meetings. So there's something that Devansh is working on here, which again, like some of you are here with an operation, with an administrative, under the context of DevOps, right? You're here to learn about Kubernetes or Docker, not necessarily here to write Golang or to write a blog post. If that's more of your gig, like, hey, you just want to learn about cloud native thing, tech and use the tech, that's fantastic. There's tons to do here. Like, go use Meshry and go find a bunch of bugs, or go use any of the projects. Also, we have labs that will help teach all of you. Like, first of all, if you don't know service meshes in and out, like I don't, then there are interactive labs that you can go do. And they actually use Meshry and teach you Istio at the same time. Great, and it's free to use. There are any number of bugs in these. And Devansh is working on fixing one. Those labs, they are driven from this repo, the service mesh labs. It's just this is where they are. So you can go update them if you find bugs. So. Okay, having said all that, now we're 10 minutes over. We should cut it and thank everyone for staying as long as you have. Everybody stayed, that's great. If there's something urgent that we missed today that you wanted to call out or you wanted to have as a topic, please mention that in Slack or in Discuss, and let's catch up. Good. Okay, nice to see everybody. Oh, Nighthawk, yeah. So let's go talk about Nighthawk in the performance channel in Slack. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Anita.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.